talked about, after the game against Portland, you got the home streak now. You don't go for about a month, I think it is. How nice is it just to be able to stay home and not have to do with the travel and that kind of stuff?
Well, that was exhausting. It was tough on our guys, and it's hard to get into a routine as far as school work and what they're doing, and so it helps you on so many levels to be home. But it's not all the answers. I mean, you have to go out and compete and win the games. The arena doesn't win the game for you, and so you can't just get here and exhale and think, oh, everything's going to be fine, we're home.
I knew when you scheduled it, you saw it was going to be like that. But as you're going through it, and you have all those trips and road games where you kind of like, what was I thinking, or it's worse than you thought, maybe, or
yeah, it was worse than you thought because Michigan State ended up being the number one team in the country, and Irvine was really good, and then you got Arizona twice, and two tough road games. So, but it was good. I think we grew as a team, and I'm seeing progress, and now we just got to put it together and play some good basketball.
Defensively, you guys improved a ton last year. Not quite at that level yet this year. What do you guys need to do to get that defense back to where it was last year?
Well, I think we're making progress there, and like I said, every team's different, and we're starting to figure out our rotations. We're starting to figure out how we play together, and I think we're doing a better job of that now. And I saw, we did something we haven't done. Portland didn't score a field goal in the last 4 minutes, and that was the difference in the game. And so, that's progress, and that's finding ways to win, and that's what this team has to learn how to do.
Mike, you talked a lot about just kind of believing in each other and playing for each other and the teamwork aspect of defense. How important is that chemistry to playing good
It's
defense?
huge, and part of that chemistry is us figuring out the rotations and who fits well together. And, some of that's been figured out a little bit for us with David being hurt. So now we're down to 10 guys, and that's a little bit scary, but it might help us with the rotations.
What does Loyola do well that be a challenge for you?
Well, they're a unique team defensively, and some of the things they do, they can turn you over a lot, and so that's probably a big key to this game is how many times they turn us over, and as long as we got to take care of the ball, and we haven't been doing a great job of that. We're decent, but not at our level yet, the level we want to get to. So that's probably a big key to this game.
What do you make of the Portland win? I mean, it's not a top 25 win or something that people are going to go crazy about, but that was a tight game for a while, and you guys were able to pull it off there.
Right, and it was a game that Portland was playing good, and they do some good things. They're a well-coached basketball team, and they had a heck of a point guard, and so we knew that was going to be a tough one. And I told our guys, I've been in that arena where we beat them by 40 at home and squeaked by down there. So it can be a tough place to play in its own way, and that's what we saw, just like any other year playing there. And so it was a really, really good win to get that under your belt on the road.
I know we've talked about the bench and stuff, but what maybe in the next 3-4 weeks here before conference play, where is the next area this team needs to make a step forward?
Well, I think we've got to become a little more versatile, and when I say that, I mean, we fall in love with the three-point line sometimes, and we shoot a lot of them, which is fine because we can make a lot of them. But we've got to love the rim and like the three.
Speaking of the Portland win, season high 24. Good to see him get going offensively.
Yeah, that was really good, and I think hopefully that it just keeps getting better and keeps getting better, and that, by late January, February, we're starting to get a healthy Anthony Pinnick, and so especially just for the kid's sake, he sacrificed a lot. He went through a lot to be back for a senior year, and you don't want to have to go through a senior year where he's not at 100%. So I just like him for his own personal sake to get back to 100% at some point.
How have you noticed teams playing or guarding Webb differently this year now that he's a known commodity? Or have they done that?
I haven't seen too much difference, really. It's just, I think he was a question mark early. People didn't know how well he could shoot. And so they're probably giving him a little more attention at the three-point line, but not extraordinarily different.
I'm sure you can harp on it in practice, but I guess the way things started at Portland where you're down 10 just a couple minutes in, I mean, is that kind of maybe the kick in the rear some players needed, I guess?
No, it was just some scouting report mistakes that some of our young players made. But we corrected that pretty quickly.
Of course, we're going to ask about it. Is there, I know everyone wants to talk about Saturday's game. Do you have to even tell them not to look ahead, or they know that?
We play Loyola Wednesday.
You mentioned the building here. What is it about playing at home that you guys have such a good record in? And is part of it confidence too, or the guys just feel different when they're in this building?
Well, I think there's always a comfort level of shooting the ball in your own gym. You know, one of the weird things about NCAA basketball that I've never understood is everywhere you go, people use different balls too. I mean, I think that's eventually something that we have to get. Let's use the ball that we play with in the NCAA tournament, or I don't know. Let's all use the same ball. So you go to the different places, they're using different balls, different backdrops, the rims are different. So there's a comfort level of playing in your own gym with your balls night in, night out, and so I think that can be a factor. But it's not, like I said, it's not the gym that wins you the games. But it's the crowd energy. It's how hard we play in here and how well we play in here. And when I took this job, that's one of the things I said is going to be a key to us building a program is establishing a home court advantage. And we're getting there. But we need it Wednesday night. We need a lot of people out at this game and a good home court because we're going to face a good basketball team.
Is that how you get recruits? I mean, when say a guy like Paris makes a visit, is it the home?
Well,
games
no,
that
they
kind of
don't.
sell
They
it?
don't get to see the home games when they're visiting because they visit in the fall. They get to see the Bronco Nation at football games. That's when they get to see it. So basketball kids never really get to see a game here.
Gotcha. How do you sell them? How do you tell them, I guess, what it's like or what to expect? Kind of what can you do?
Well, our record at home is pretty darn good, and they get to see some video of it, and some highlights, and things like that. But that's the weird thing about the recruiting calendar for basketball is they never get to usually, especially the kids we get from long ways away, they never get to see us play live here.
Would you like to change that? Because I know football can make they can make visits.
It's complicated. I mean, you can't. It's just the way that it is. Now, it's also if we were in LA and recruiting LA kids, they could come to a lot of games. But we're in Boise, Idaho.
I know each game, kind of the lineup, who gets the playing time is different. But with Paris last game, what did you see from him early? And then do you expect it to? Was that kind of a one-time thing? You still expect a lot
Well,
of him on
I
Wednesday?
hope to God it was a one-time thing because it was a bad 4 minutes defensively, and he knows that. And that's part of being a freshman. And we're not going to sugarcoat it. And we're trying to make him better, and he's got to really get better defensively because he does some great things and he has got good instincts offensively. But it's a lot for a freshman to learn how to play within a system defensively, and at this level. It's a lot thrown at him, and he's going to get better, and I've seen him get better in practice.
The game right before that, we had just talked to him, and he had stuff written about him. He's doing pretty good. How do you take kind of a wake-up call or something like that?
Well,
with 4 minutes and he's gone.
Paris wants to play, and he's a worker, and he cares a lot about playing. He wants to help his team, but there's a standard, and you got to defensively get to that standard, and he's going to work hard to get there.